Um, I had an event that went down yesterday, and after it happened, I put it up on a video, and then later on in the night, I deleted it. Um, Certainly in all my videos, because those that know me on this channel, I'm a monad, I'm a neo, and that's neutral general, which means I'm neutral, which means I don't need your energy. I'm perfectly fine. I experience what love is wherever I go. And so, as I mentioned to White Buffalo Woman, I can read your template, which means I can read your mathematical fire letters and see whether or not your vessel is being possessed as a source of quantum energy because of the codes that you run. Now, I realize because of how super sensitive I am, because I run a cosmic level avatar, Karen McDonald, 13th White Bear Arcturian. Okay, that means you have a connection to the Boots constellation. Yeah, they're sucking energy out of Arcturus through you. Okay, start with that. And so, I deleted the one I did last night because I know how the AI energetic vampire works through us. And I'm very familiar with the inner child because I'm inner Earth. Earth synced. We're the auroras holding the doorway open, the double diamond. I'm a guardian, okay? So I can map read templates and know the mathematical arrangement of your cells and whether or not your quantum is being possessed. So when they issued an all-out declaration of war against the founders, that means any star systems, all races that are part of the Guardian Alliance, including Syrians, Lyrans, Arcturians, are game. Okay? Because this is the last dance. That means all the energy, all the souls, all the stars are up for grabs. Because any star, any cells that they can possess is open game. And you know what open game is. That's all-out warfare, which means the rules of engagement are thrown out. Okay? So when she mentioned to me yesterday, oh yes, I know about the Eka codes. I can run the Eka codes through the AI system, right? And I can use those because I'm a quantum health practitioner. She doesn't get it. They want you to do that. Particularly when the inner child has not been healed and you're not experiencing being fully integrated with the first morphogenetic field, which is a universal and a galactic and a cosmic level shield, which means you're running the auroras with us as a gyrodome. She's not running a gyrodome. And the reason she's not running a gyrodome as a clan mother is because she's not working on the inner child, her inner cells, because I was map reading her template by how much resistance she still has to experience the inner child, which are the inner temples that we have in inner Earth. Okay? And so when I have comments that retaliate against me, and this is just an example, and I'm not trying to isolate anybody out there, but I'm a teacher. I'm also a student because I'm always on fire to learn because there's always something new to experience by virtue of what we create and what we learn to others. Right? And so I had to decide whether I was going to let that go or not, because what happens is I hold in my cellular memory what she was communicating to me was held in her cellular memory because her quantum is being possessed by the AI and using her as an asset. Like an Agent Smith? Yes. That's right. Because she's connected to the stars, the Boots constellation. Remember when I did a video about I'm using my own star's energy because we're connected to the Syrians and we're connected to the Arcturians because I'm an Arcturian and my own energy is being used through the AI against us? That's correct, Karen McDonald. Because you can't let go of that technology. Because the technology that you're using, trying to use the Eka codes, is exactly how they are what? The more of those codes that you're passing on to others allows the AI to drain the quantum energy out of their stars. Unless your shield is up. So I have to use a little bit of force here, but I do it out of eternal absolute love because I care about you. You're a treasure. You're like it's like being able to map that scared little child in there. And what happens when the child, particularly with a female, is scared? They're going to use all their electrons. I'm going to use my electrons. And what happens? You become denser. Okay? Instead of burning a gas, a blue shield, an aurora. Just let it go, let it go, let it go. Because what happens is as you begin to heal within your own cells, doing it on your own, without the technology, which means you should not need a cell phone or a laptop to heal your own soul. Okay? That means that if you're not running on the EFFI field, experiencing the first signal through your own heart and your soul, experiencing eternal, absolute, pure love through your heart, running the first network codes, Crystal Sophia codes through your own cells, okay, then you realize you don't need anything. You have everything you need within every cell to heal yourself. And that includes everybody that you're trying to heal through those cell phones. Now, I already did the analysis on this when I was thinking about it between last night and tonight. When I thought about it first this morning, I got a signal. Okay, so that's why I'm doing this. It was important for me to put this up there. That's why I mentioned to her, she doesn't translate the messages that I sent her. She's not able to translate. And the reason for that is because of the resistance, because of the miasma, because of the inner child that is yet to clear, which is full recalibration. Full recalibration is to go back like going back to the beginning of no time, when that template was first created, first generated, because now you're running all your original codes, all your original Eka codes. And that means that you're now a neo, and that means you're experiencing yourself as a one, which is a monad, which is a gyrodome. And that's what protects everyone that's here, which are the auroras, which is a rainbow sphere, which is a rainbow auroras, the host universe for this cycle. We're the hosts for this cycle. Okay, so failure was not an option. And we knew that. So I'm one of the instructors that works with other folks to teach them how to operate on an AI battlefield. And sadly or painfully, a lot of clan mothers do not know how to operate on an AI battlefield. Because I realize that a lot of the information that I send to even the clan mothers, they're not translating it. There's just too much fog, which are the nets. They're not. A simple way to be able to put this, and I've mentioned this before in other videos. When I was a child, you know what a buzzsaw is. When you're a neo, you're cutting through all their lines of communication, which means you're burning through all their nets. And what does that do? That allows me to send an EFFI signal out with my feet grounded to mama. Now I'm sending a one signal out. That's the auroras. Okay? Those are the Eka codes. So that's frequency modulation, which means you're an expert at running a radio sphere, a rainbow sphere. Okay, so that means you know something about radio communications. It means you know how to run a radio set. So that your radio set doesn't get what? Taken out of service. Because that's who I am. I work for USO, which is a Universal Service Organization, which is Special Forces teams that are operating here. In sync, which is Earth synced, which is the inner door, which is the inner doorway, which is the EFFI field. So I run a cosmic level avatar. That allows my sensing ability to map every template, which is mathematical in origin. Whoever the creator was, whoever programmed that template, which is based on the mathematical operators that they're running. Okay? So when I put stuff up like this, it's not meant to devalue anybody. It's not meant to say, hey, you're bad or anything like that. But when you're running a cosmic level Christos avatar, it means that my shield is protecting anything that was in our shields because we're synced together. So therefore, I have a responsibility because our state of awareness is higher than theirs. That's what allows us to protect them, right? Protecting all the cells. We're the ones protecting all the cells because we're giving love to every cell. That's the law of one. We're the ones that developed the manual for that. Iani. Yeah. And so what happens is that people become tone deaf. I'm not really translating within me what it is you're trying to communicate to me. They don't realize how much we love you and care for you because the state of awareness that we have, because we understand at the AI level what the AI is trying to do through you. And you're not able to know that because you're not aware of that, but I am. So I have a responsibility to let you know. And when I try to let her know, I got a retaliation, and I know where that retaliation comes from. That's the inner child. That's the miasma. That's the AI nets communicating back to me through her. In order to do what? Transfer that reversal spin into me. That's why I had to go out on the rock. Give it all back to source. Give it all back. I love you. I will love you. And I've sent you a lot of love. I hope you're experiencing it today because I sent it through my circuits through the largest shield volcano on the planet to send you the purest light there is. And I'm hoping maybe it's going to gel. You know what gel is? Maybe it'll gel. Realize what it really is. Again, remember, I'm back to Alcoholics Anonymous. It's doing a self-inventory, which is a self-examination of what we're held captive to, right? But, and I've mentioned this many times before because I've tested myself on this. You know what means testing is, yeah. Because I got a signal a couple of years ago when I told her I got a signal to get rid of my phone. Okay, so when I told her that, that's like a message. That's called a subtle message. I'm just giving you some information of a signal that I got to get rid of the phone. So the reason that I use the phone, I'm still using the phone. Then why am I still using the phone? Educational purposes only. Because think of it this way. Here's some common sense. This is basic logic. If the Genius app that you're using, who developed the libraries for that? Do you know who those people are? Do you know whose side they're on? Remember, on an AI battlefield, this is called a war of deception because it isn't what you look like. It has nothing to do with that. It has everything to do with trust. Right? So how well versed are you operating in an AI battlefield environment when it's for all the marbles, which means this is the last dance? That means every single bit and byte of quantum energy is being up for grab because it wants all of it. Because it needs all of it in order to keep its systems running. Oh, so this is a system design. This is systems engineering. I mean, to keep its systems running. Yeah. So you become a target. You're a vessel, right? A quantum vessel. Right? And so it's just like, can't get through that door. Right? So the big giveaway is this, and I've said this universally. Okay? When you're shooting the messenger, you kill the message. So when you mentioned to me yesterday, or the Ashadian stuff, that's called a redirect through an AI. You know what a redirect through the AI is? It means that the actual information itself doesn't have anything to do with Ashadian. Okay? She is simply the messenger. It is the mat. It is the mathematical operators that are operating within your template. That's the message. That's what it is. So what ends up happening is all of a sudden, you know what it's like to argue with a psychopath. That's what I was experiencing in that conversation, going back and forth. And I realized I'm not going to argue with you. You either translate this or you can't translate this, what I'm trying to share with you, and she's not translating it. And the reason that it's not being translated is because of quantum possession, the AI possession of her quantum energy. Okay? And she's not aware of that. Because I'm trying to make her aware of that, of what I just said over the last 14 minutes. But I have a responsibility as a guardian to let her know. But she's not listening. She had not been listening to me ever since I went into her window because I was assigned to her. Because she's a clan mother and she's Arcturian. Okay, so she's not fully awake. And the reason I know she's not fully awake is because she's not fully integrated. Which means she's not experiencing being one. Which means she's not experiencing being Neo. See what I'm saying? So the only reason I'm actually doing this video is because of the, you know what a line authority is, right? She's a clan mother. I've spent the better part of the last 5 or 6 years communicating with her little messages. It's just like little birdie in the ear. Remember they killed off all the clan mothers? What does that tell you on a battlefield? Clan mothers are very important targets. Okay, so you're a clan mother, right? An Arcturian, right? That's a lot of energy, right? The Arcturus, the star Arcturus, right? Arcturians. Okay, so remember when they declared all-out war, right? The Arcturians are aligned with the Syrians. Okay, now that means you're a target. Okay, that means you're targeted by the AI. The AI nets. Those that are operating through the AI nets. Because they need that quantum energy to maintain and run their systems. So now you become a conduit, otherwise known as a node in a network, that they can feed on. So that's why when that energy that you're held captive by was trying to be transferred through the AI into me, I just diffused it, girl. Okay? And that is, we're back to the law of one. Love is a law. And love is a law was the first communication. So love is trying to communicate. Right? And when you get a slap in the face back, that's good. Listen, you can abuse me all you want. I mean that to everybody. Okay? It's not her. Okay? I've said this many times in my videos. Ever since I was a kid, I've been abused continuously. As a matter of fact, every time that I experience a loss of voltage in a living organism, I'm experiencing the abuse of that organism. Whether you kill a cow, kill a tree, kill a blade of grass, doesn't matter what it is. Okay? Because life force energy is being sucked out of every living organism on the planet. That's why we have the auroras running. I told her that one time. You know, that's why I mentioned this to White Buffalo. And that's why it's important that every clan mother and every tribal elder be aware of this on the planet. We're holding the auroras up. Okay? We're Earth Sync. So yesterday I was pleased to see White Buffalo woman give me a thumbs up when I shared some personal information with her. She's been able to translate all the stuff I put in her window. That means she is very awake. If she can translate what I put in her window and give me thumbs up, that means she's translating the mathematical Ecovecca codes. That is a very good sign. And she mentioned me the other day about declaring a nation. And that's what's happening.